Other news tonight, we are tracking Hurricane Joe. It's strengthened back into a hurricane today. Jeff is tracking the storm. You're telling us we may see some effects from this storm.
Yeah, it's definitely going to stay offshore, but as it gets closer, it's going to expand. We could see some of the effects on the backside of it. Not a real big deal, but let's talk about it. Storm getting a little better organized. Actually, it's gone from 75. Well, early today, it was 70 if you were watching Tim during the noon show. Then it was upgraded when I was on to a hurricane, 75 miles per hour, and now it's up to 80 miles per hour. It has done that loop and is going to continue to move to the north. It's going to be a couple hundred miles roughly offshore. However, this happened with Matthew. I'm not saying these are going to be the same, but the same sort of a scenario as the storm transitions to half nor'easter, half hurricane. The strongest winds are going to gradually weaken, but they're also going to spread out. So what that means is that we know it's going to stay offshore. Here are all the various computer models. Eventually, now it could get up into areas south of New York and do something strange, but it should pass east of us. That's something that is probably 90% sure at this point. So should stay offshore at least 100 miles from the Outer Banks, probably closer to 200, may turn into that half sort of hybrid storm. That would mean some wind, some high tides, and some rain, depending on exactly how much it spreads out, how quickly that transition occurs. These are the odds of us getting tropical storm force winds. Those are sustained winds of 39 or more miles per hour. You can see just along the coastline is on the edge of 20 to maybe 30%. So fairly low odds, but certainly at least some gusts would be much higher odds than that. So that is something that we will continue to watch. And then people in New England need to be paying close attention as well, as the storm might try to do something funky when it gets up there. We'll also talk about two other tropical systems following along in the Atlantic. One's likely to be Lee, the other Maria. Talk about that coming up as well. And of course, the forecast for your weekend.